Hey there everybody, Bradley's Fan 9. We got tons of stuff to talk about. We got lots of spoofing related topics with iTools and iSpoofer doing some things, and we also got tons of Pokemon topics with Mega Evos, Community Days, upcoming September stuff, and the unreleased shiny stuff that I made recently on my Pogo Shiny Hunter Instagram that has hit 15,000 followers. Thanks to everyone who supported me on there. It means a lot to me, and I just want to say thanks, and we're just going to keep going, having good times, and I'll just keep hitting you with information and cool shinies. So let's get to all this good stuff, because I'm going to do my best to concise it all into a compact video so you know everything going on right now. Hope everyone's doing good, and let's get going. We got Mr. Peach with us. He's just hanging behind the computers again. Silly guy. Alright, so like usual, I'll show you what's happened in my main in the last week, because that's where I find most of my information, and people are interested in what's going on in my main. So, unfortunately, I told you last week I went a week without a Sinnoh, and somehow this week was even worse. So, I don't know if they were able to find my account and stop me from getting shinies. I don't think that's the case. That's just kind of the feels you get when you go this long without one. So, if you're thinking of Sinnoh hunting, don't get discouraged, because this crap can happen. I was used to getting one every 2 days, roughly. But as you see down there, Little Larvae was the last one I got for a Sinnoh. Everything else has just been shinies, so I've gotten the Genesect as shiny. That was the last one I got, and you saw that in my last video. So all I've got since then, a few new Luckies, because I'm working on the Lucky Decks again, a few tradable Pokemon, and a few crappy Heatrans, so my main kind of sucked this week, but we got lots of better things to talk about. So if you're looking for the spoofing information, I'll put that in the back half of my video. I'm kind of trying to figure out what's the best way to organize this stuff, but I'll start off with the Pokemon GO news, and then later in the video I'll tell you about the new iTools stuff and the IPA things you need to look out for iSpoofer anyway. So for as far as Pokemon GO news goes, we got the next 2 community days, we got raid bosses, we got spotlight hours for September, we got Victini come in for special research in September, and we also have Mega Evolutions out right now, so there's tons of stuff to talk about. So we'll start off with the Community Day info, and I'll show you my post from Pogo Shiny Hunter to give you more insight. Alright, so as you can see illustrated over there, those were the 4 choices for the votes for September and October Community Days. Unfortunately, there were 3 repeat shinies and 1 new one. So we got the Porygon as expected. That was the winner. That'll be September 20th. More information will be coming out soon. There hasn't been an official time or bonuses and things like that. So make sure to follow Pogo Shiny Hunter on Instagram, and I'll hit you with that info once it shows up. And the runner-up was Charmander, who gets his 1,000,000th Community Day. So anyone who has all the shinies and things already, not very interesting. You could get Dragon Breath though. But anyone who doesn't have one, there's a chance you could get those Charmanders. And with the Mega Evos, which I said coming soon, I wasn't too sure when they were coming. They came sooner than I expected. So those are your 2 winners: September, Porygon; October, Charmander. And I'll hit you with more information on Shiny Hunter Instagram and my next week post whenever the information comes available. Alright, so that Community Day information brings me to my recent post that I made on Pogo Shiny Hunter. Took me a while to make these, had to research which ones weren't out there and find their images and, put it all together. So anyone interested in what shinies aren't available, I'll show you here, and what are the options to future community days. I think lots of people like this info. If you've already seen it or not interested, just skip a minute or whatever and get to the next part of the video. But for the people interested, here we go. We got Gen 1 Kanto unreleased Pokemon. So these are the FAMs that are still not available, shiny in the wild at least. I know Electabuzz and Jinx can be evolved from a shiny baby, but as it says underneath Gen 1 Kanto, their wild shiny is still unreleased. And if you play the game enough, you know that Wobbuffet and other Pokemon like that have been wild released shiny. So that's what I mean by those guys. They'll be released shiny in the wild eventually, so that's why they're on this list. As far as the other ones, we got Spearow, Vulpix, Paris, Slowpoke, Doduo, the Hitmons, Goldeen, Snorlax, Ditto, and Mew. Now, Ditto and Mew maybe, who knows when they'll show up or if they'll show up at all, but they're shiny and they're not in the game yet, so that's Gen 1. Now for Gen 2, the Johto, we got a little more out here. There's some cool ones. If you ask me, that gray Slugma is pretty cool. I'd love to have that one. We got the Hoothoot, the Ledaba, Spinarak, Hoppip, Wooper, Slowking, Girafarig, Heracross, Slugma, Corsola, Remoraid, Mantine, Phanpy, Smeargle, Tyrogu, Hitmontop, Miltank, and Celebi. Sorry if I mispronounced any of those. I tend to do that a lot, but that felt kind of good and flowy. And if you're wondering about Togetic, that one's egg-locked like the other two. You can't find it shiny in the wild, so that's why I put it on there, because especially for Shundo hunters, you want those 100 IV wild ones to try and find Shundo. So, in my opinion, I'm still waiting for these egg-locked mothers. So let's go on to Gen 3. So now for the Hoenn region, we got Surskit, Shroomish. You may be wondering why Shedinja is on there, because Nincada's shiny has been released, but you can't evolve Nincada or Ninjask into Shedinja. It's still technically part of the Nincada fam, but you can't evolve it from any of them, so it's going to need its separate shiny release, so that's why it's on there. Then we got the Wishmer fam, Nosepass, the Golden Nosepass, Blue Gulpin, Numel, and the Black Camerupt, which is one of my favorites. There's not too many black or gray shinies out there, so they look pretty cool to me, especially with all those zeros on them. I want one of those. We got the Torkoal, Cacnea, Corphish, the Spheal fam, Chimecho, Tropius, Relicanth, Kecleon, which is still not in the game at all. The shiny is only blue instead of red down there. It's not a very cool shiny. And then Jirachi, the mythical. So Gen 3, lots of cool shinies. So as you can see, there's lots of cool options for community days that they choose not to put in the voting system. So this gives you an idea what they could be putting in there. And then I haven't made Gen 5 yet because the list is huge, so I'll be working on that one eventually. These things take time, but don't worry, that will be coming out, and there's lots of cool ones on there. But let's get to Gen 4, the last one that I made here. Alright, so the Sinnoh region has 2 pages here because it has even more unreleased ones. So let's start off with Starly there. Then we got Bidoof, Kricketot, Cranidos, Shieldon, Combi, Pachirisu, Weasel, Cherubi, the Shellos West and East. They're both just kind of lighter than their original color. Kind of lame. The Chingling baby, Stunky, Chatot, Spiritomb, Munchlax. They get kind of cool on this list. Then it gets to Carnivine, Finian, Mantike, Probopass that would come out with the Nosepass. Then we got the shiny Rotom and all its different options. You can see all the shiny different ones there. Then we got the Lake Trio, Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. And then the long-awaited Dialga and Palkia shinies, still unreleased. Regigigas, the blue Regigigas, not released yet. And then those last 5 on the bottom of the list there have not been released in the game as their original form. Theone, Manaphy, Shaman, and Arceus are all unavailable in game, and so are their shinies. But there they are, that's what they look like. So lots of cool shinies to look out for. So let's get on to the next part of this video. So before we get to the Mega Evolution information, I'll show you what's been released by Niantic about what's coming up in September. We got research stuff, we got raid bosses and spotlight hours, so I'll quickly run through it for you. If you follow me on Pogo Shiny on your Instagram, you would have seen this already probably. But as you can see, Victini will be available for everyone now, not just the people who spent money on the ticket earlier. Sorry for people who did. Eventually you gotta know, if you spend it, you're just getting it to have it a month early, and eventually they'll release anything in-game. That's just kind of the sliminess of Niantic in my opinion, but hey, who am I to say anything? I spoof. So either way, we're looking forward to Victini at the end of September. It won't be as soon as September starts. They mentioned it'll be at the end of September. You can get special research and then eventually unlock Victini. And if you got him already from purchasing the ticket earlier, you'll get candy instead of another Victini. Sorry to tell ya. As far as the research breakthrough for completing a week of research, which has been notoriously lame since they took the legendaries out, it's a little better this week. We got, or this next month, we got a Alolan Raichu where you could get that Coco dude over on the far right there. He's pretty cool shiny, so good luck getting him. As you can see for raid bosses, I know Heatran's currently the raid boss, but he'll be the raid boss until September 10th, so for the first 10 days of September, he'll still be the boss. And then after that, September 10th to 18th, you'll get Cresselia come back with its shiny available. And then 18th to 25th is Articuno. And then 25th to October 2nd is Zapdos. So those 3 on the bottom there, been a little while since they've been released again. So good luck to getting those. And all patrons, don't worry, we'll be hitting up tons of those. Look forward to it. And I'm also curious to the patrons who like to raid. Would you rather hit Megas or would you rather hit Heatran right now? I'm not too sure, so make sure to hit me up on that. What you prefer. Move on to the Spotlight Hours. If you know with Spotlight Hours, a certain Pokemon spawns a bunch for an hour, and a certain bonus will also be there. So every Tuesday at 6 to 7 p.m. local time in your local area, these Pokemon will be spawning for the hour. So September 1st is Eevee with 2 times catch experience. Next week is Hound Hour with 2 times catch candy as the bonus. The week after that is Tentacool with 2 times transfer candy, one of the lamest bonuses. Week after that is a super lame Spearow because you can't even get it shiny, so might as well just turn your game off for that hour. Or evolve a bunch of stuff, up to you. And then a week after that we got Skitty with 2 times catch Stardust, which is my favorite bonus. So if you want to get Stardust and don't really care about Skitty, then just make sure 6 p.m. September 29th to 7 p.m. you're just catching as much as you can because you get double Stardust for that. So just a heads up, that's what you got to look out for September. Now I'll let you know about all the stuff I found out about the Mega Evolutions that have recently entered the game finally. So let's get to that fun stuff. Alright, so as you can see, we got these cool ass raids going on right now. We got Mega Charizard X and Y, we got Mega Blastoise and Mega Venusaur in raids. So I'll tell you a quick summary of what's going on with Megas and basically what we're looking out for and what's the details going on. So unfortunately, the first thing I gotta mention, they don't stay Mega. They are Mega Evolution once you Mega Evolve them for 4 hours. So I'll show you here, if we go to my Blast Burn Sinnoh level 40 Charizard here, you can see Mega Evolve for 200 Charizard Mega Energy. So the way to get this Mega Energy is by hitting those raids, the Mega Raids, and then the faster you beat them, the more energy you get. Now keep in mind, when you Mega Evolve, like I said, they only stay that way for 4 hours, so you may be wondering, do you have to spend 200 every time? The answer is no. It gets, from what I've been told, it gets cut down to 50 for the second time you do it, and I'm not too sure after that if it'll get down to 0 or just a really small amount, because unfortunately they don't stay their Mega Evos, which I was hoping they would. But I'll show you an example here. I'll hit the Venusaur raid actually, because it's weather boosted. I'm not going to hit that Charizard one. So this is the guy I'll be looking to Mega Evolve. So remember, if you do Mega Evolve one, you'll be able to do it again for cheaper later on. So good and bad news with the Mega Evos. So that's the guy I'll Mega Evolve once I get enough candy. So I'll show you here. Mega Venusaur, and I'll hop in this guy. Alright, had to invite some patrons, so I'll come back to you once this raid's over and show you what the details are at the end of it. So I should kind of mention, just notice this, if you see that swirly stuff around someone and that little Mega symbol up there, I assume that means they're using a Mega Pokemon to battle this raid, so we'll see a couple of those in the raid. I might give you a glimpse of that, but like I said, I'm just going to cut to the end of the raid. You don't need to see me do all this stuff. I'm just showing the new extra stuff that came on with these Megas. So there we go, you can see that Mega Charizard shiny in the background there, pretty cool. You'll be able to start seeing these guys around more often. You can battle in raids, you can't put them in gyms, so they can't hold that down for you. And you can't use them in PvP yet, although I feel they do eventually plan to introduce that, but right now, I guess it's unbalanced or whatever, and they're just testing it, and they are not allowed to be used in PvP at the moment. One more thing I should mention, I don't know if it was intentional or not, but there are reports that Beedrill, Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise can all be found shiny in the wild right now. I've seen screenshots, it's the real deal. Not too sure whether they plan for that and whether it'll continue, but as of right now, you can find those guys shiny in the wild. Just thought I'd let you know that. And there we go, it didn't take too long. As you can see, we still got 240, so now he turns into regular Venusaur for us to catch. He won't be Mega Evolved here, but he can be shiny here, so we'll see. So as you can see here, speed 51 seconds, so we got 50 Mega Energy from that. So 1/4, so it takes about 4 raids or so to be able to Mega Evolve for the first time. Not shiny, regular Venusaur, so I'll just catch this guy and move on with the video. So as you can see, after the raid, he just comes out Rega Venusaur, but you can see he's got 50 Venusaur Mega Energy now, so that's cool stuff. One more thing I'd like to mention that I know about Mega Evos is that not all of them are in the game at the moment. I believe it's just Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, and Beedrill. If you do the special research right here, you can get access to that Beedrill. A Mega Discovery, it's not too hard. This is just the first step. 3 gifts to friend, 1 candy with a buddy, defeat 3 Go Rocket Grunts, then you just gotta beat one of these raids and a couple other easy things. And then you'll get the chance to have Mega Energy for Beedrill and be able to Mega Evolve him. But there's tons of Mega Evolution Pokemon in general. So we have lots of more Megas that will be introduced to the game eventually. And I should mention also that they have a section in the Pokédex for Megas as well now. So as you'd see here, I've got 0. But you could still look at them, which is kind of cool. And you may be wondering why there's 2 006s. I was wondering that for a second, but there's Charizard, Mega Charizard X, and Mega Charizard Y. Anyone who played XY Pokemon knows what that's all about. And obviously the black with blue flames is a little cooler, but they're both different Mega Evos, so this is the cool little Dex entry you could see for that. So Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise, and Beedrill are all currently here. So I guess if they're in the game, they'll put them in this list. So this is pretty cool. I was hoping they'd do the same thing here for shinies. Maybe they will eventually, you know? Put a little shiny Dex on there too. I think a lot of people would feel me on that. So hey, lots of cool stuff been introduced to the game and coming up. So that's all the in-game Pokemon stuff I have for you this week. Lots of cool stuff going on. But very important information on the spoofing side. Sorry if you don't like spoofing. My videos are for everybody, legits and spoofers. This is the whole Pogo community here. We're all having fun, loving the game. So as far as spoofing goes, and if you're curious whether to start or heard my options before, I'll give you a rundown on what's the newest things to do with iSpoofer and iTools. Okay, so as far as iSpoofer, I use AltStore, and that method, that video has helped tons of people. I know there's errors. Make sure to follow that video closely. Make sure to download the stuff from the right source and use the same Apple ID for everything. There's so many different areas that could cause it to give you errors, and it's almost impossible for me to figure it out. Could be your computer, your device, what you downloaded, things like that. So make sure to follow the video closely. They also have steps on their website. But for people who have been doing it and it worked for them, but recent things have stopped them, I'll show you what to do right now. So as you see, that's the one I use iSpoofer AltStore on, and it's still going. Every week you have to re-impact it. But if there's a force update like there was recently, you're going to have to download the new IPA, repatch it, and then reload it onto your device. So I'll quickly show you a demonstration on that. Okay, so we'll go to my website here. This is where I keep all good information. You go to the Pogo side here. As you can see, those are my main pages. I'm working on adding more to this since the bandwaves have stopped and my basement's pretty much done, and I'm living life trying to focus more on my work here. So Spoofing Vault, tons of stuff on there. I tell tons of people to go to the Spoofing Vault. As you see here, currently available, blah, blah, blah. I'll get to that eventually. But right here, IPA Link. That's the iSpoofer IPA, the most recent one. I'll update the link here. You can go to the iSpoofer Discord right here. You see Discord invite links. If you want to just have quick information, you can pick whatever link you want and then get added to their Discord. So I've recently added that to the website. Lots of helpful stuff there. But if you just want the IPA, you could just click this. And as you see, it's downloading it right now. So now is for the important step to make sure that you can get the new IPA on your device using the AltStore method. So I currently have it on here, so you'll try and play the game. You'll touch the app and it'll close right away. So you're going to want to delete the app before you do this step and then plug it into your computer. And then after you do that, you go here, download the newest IPA. You can get it from that iSpoofer Discord as well if you want, but I'll update this as soon as I can. You download it, and then you're going to want to open the Alt Server Patcher. So you're going to want to search. There's Alt Server and then Alt Server Patcher. Sure, whatever. So then it'll come to this. This is what the patcher looks like, and you make sure you want to have custom IPA link. If you have anything else, who knows what error codes it's going to give you. I've never tried it. There's no point trying it because it's the wrong thing to do. So make sure to hit custom IPA link. And then here's where you're going to want to paste that exact same thing that I showed you to download. So the easiest way to do this, right click, copy link address. Then we go to the patcher and paste it. So that's how it's gonna patch and be able to load the proper IPA, because if you have old IPAs and don't change this, it'll still say 0.83 or whatever, and then it'll try and download the old one and you'll get stuck, you know? So you're gonna want to put that in there under custom IPA. And important, make sure to patch it. Can't tell you the technicality behind that, but it's needed to be done, so patch it. And then once it's patched, all you have to do is open this guy again, the alt server, and then as you see down here on the bottom right corner of your computer, then you go install AltStore, and then you just pick the device that's plugged in. Mine's not actually plugged in because I already have it on there, but that's how you do it. So you just delete the old Pokemon, download the new IPA, copy and paste the link into the patcher, patch it, and then redo the same final process, and then it'll be loaded onto your device in less than a minute. So every week you may be thinking, oh, it's a pain in the ass. It really takes less than 5 minutes and is super easy to do. So I hope that helps lots of people who are confused on that. And now let's get to my favorite part of this video, the new iTools information. Okay, so if you've been following me for quite a while, you know I rock the iTools, safest way to spoof. Been spoofing on my main since episode 19 or something. I can't remember for sure. We've been trucking along doing this for a while. But as you see, iTools Bluetooth. And then we also got the iTools Mobile. Started with mobile. And remember, they weren't in stock for a while. So that's the first thing I'd like to point out. Both the mobile and the Bluetooth versions are in stock right now. So if you go to my website, the Spoofing Vault, you can find the link there. Or go to my iTools videos. I got the Bluetooth and the mobile videos made. If you're looking to purchase it, then you want to watch it from the beginning. If you're looking to just set it up, you could skip a few minutes into the video and it should kind of just tell you the setup. Either way, both of those are in stock, and there's even more information to go with that. So as you see here, this is my iTools. This is how I play Pokemon. These are my hundos that I sniped to, which none of them have come shiny, unfortunately. But as you may know, iTools is currently locked to 15 kilometers from your location for anyone using iOS 13, which is most of you, because Apple likes to push their updates on you, and if you stop the auto updates on iOS 12, then good for you. You don't need a bypass, and that's what I'm rocking right now. So I don't need a bypass. I can spoof anywhere with iTools, but if you're iOS 13, you can only go 15 kilometers from where you actually are. So if I wanted to use iTools on this, which got auto updated, I'd be stuck to Nanaimo or wherever I live. I'm not too sure. Maybe that's where I live. Either way, it's the safest way to spoof, and the only reason people are not jumping onto it is because it's out of stock, or they have iOS 13 and don't want to be just limited to 15K. So I'm happy to report that both of those are null and void right now, because both mobile and Bluetooth are in stock. Mobile's a bit cheaper, but I advise the Bluetooth. It's better and has more updates and things like that. But it's a little cheaper. You could buy the mobile right now, and if you have an iOS 12 device, you could get right into the nitty-gritty and do everything you want. But on the other side of things, iOS 13, I've been looking into a bypass. There was a bypass, but then the recent update kind of screwed it, and people who have iOS 13 haven't been able to spoof everywhere using iTools for a while. But there's been rumors about a mobile or a lightning device thing that can cause you to bypass that. And I was happy to find once I went to the iTools website. So I got a successful purchase, as you saw there. I'll show you what I purchased. So if you go to Bluetooth section of the website, that's what the Bluetooth thing looks like. Apparently they've sold 15 since the last time I checked this. So keep in mind, less than 200 in stock. If you want this thing, go and grab it. The link is on my Patreon as well. As soon as I found this information, I threw it on my Patreon. Thanks to everyone supporting me on there. I love you so much. I appreciate that. You're helping me live my dream, and you're helping me get motivated to even do more and more as much as I can. So thanks to everyone on there, and anyone thinking about doing it. It's very helpful. I'll help you at raids and anything you want. You want me to take my time and help you answer questions, I'll do it. It's not easy to keep up with all the DMs and everything everywhere. Things are getting clouded, especially I'm just one guy here, right? So I do my best to help everyone. So all patrons, love you, thanks for the help. And as you can see here, it's telling you iTools Bluetooth with Lightning RJ45 adapter. And then as you see here, the special offer, Bluetooth and Lightning package, fix the issue of iOS 13 limitization. So right there, you could buy both the Bluetooth and the little extra thing to help bypass the iOS 13. So that's huge news. People wouldn't buy this because of most people have iOS 13 because that's the newest iOS, right? So there's a way to bypass that, and it's simple as $15. So you could, if you don't have iTools at all, I suggest buying this one right here. iTools Bluetooth with Lightning adapter. But if you're like me, bought the Bluetooth already, don't have the adapter, and you just want the adapter, then hey, you could just go right here. Hit single Lightning RJ adapter. If you have multiple devices, you could buy more than one. It'll say purchase again because I already purchased. Then you type in your information. Make sure to use the same Apple ID as your other ones. If you give them the wrong Apple ID, I don't know what could happen, but I'm sure you just won't be able to use the iTools app, and it makes it all null and void anyways. So keep in mind, keep this stuff all the same. So as you see there, you can pay with your credit card. You could use PayPal to be extra safe if you want. But I'll let you know, I purchased some, and I'll let you know when they get here, all my information. I bought things from these people before, and it's been all good stuff. It may take a little while to get here, but it's all got here. And I should mention, there was one person who had to pay the duty fees or whatever. I mentioned, even their website mentioned, you'll have to pay it if they get hit. Like, sometimes delivery people want to search through stuff and try and find little things to make extra money. So, unfortunately, some people get hit with those. One super good supporter on my Patreon let me know about his situation. He paid the duty fee, and sure enough, it still came to him. So if you're curious about whether that would screw you or not, it'll still come to you. Sorry if that does hit you, but you will get this beautiful device, and it'll be worth your while, I promise you. People pay $70+ for a console game that they play for a couple of months. You'll use this for years. So, my opinion, best way to spoof, buying this stuff right now. So you can buy the adapter by itself, like I said, I did. So whenever that comes in, I'll be using both of these are iOS 13. If you use iSpoofer with AltStore, you would have had to update to iOS 13. So all of you people out there are probably excited about this. So get on there and try and get this while they're in stock, because as you know, if you watch my other videos, this iTools stuff does not stay in stock for a while, but it does get restocked. So if you watch this video, go and check and it's out of stock. Have patience, it'll be back in stock, and like I said, I let my Patreons know, and every week I'll let you know with these videos on the newest updates and what's going on, because I constantly keep on top of this because lots of people rely on me for info, and I'm here to help you guys. So that's it for this week's jam-packed edition of Pokemon GO news and spoofing updates, episode 24. I hope you enjoyed all the information. There was more than enough good news inside the game and in the spoofing world for everyone out there who watches my videos. Thanks again for all the support. I love everyone out there being good people and supporting me. I encourage you to drop some comments, especially on the Mega Evos, because that information is still kind of up in the air and not everyone knows everything. So please spread everything you know out there. We're a community out here. And if you have any other extra questions or things you'd like me to talk about or cover, also comment those down there. Appreciate everything out there. If you're negative, you'll get blocked, so might as well just not even drop those comments. And there's one more little thing I should tell you. Since the Pokemon update, if you watched my videos before, you realize that they took the locations out. But as you can see, they got them back in there, and even the old Pokemon that didn't have them, they currently have their location info as well. Not too sure what caused that to get out of the game. Maybe it was an accidental bug, but it's back in there just to let you know. So that's everything for this video. It's jam-packed, tons of cool stuff. Appreciate everyone following me, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Have a good week, everybody. Have fun with those megas. Hopefully you get better shiny luck than me. See ya.